Today, we're going to test out every single Fire TV secret menu to see which ones are really worth accessing. And there's actually at least one I don't think any of you have ever heard of. So this is going to be a quick guide and honestly the simplest explanation so you don't waste your time on all these hidden secrets. Okay, let's start with number one. And to get started, we're going to do the most obvious one possible that I'm sure 99% of you know. And this involves going to the settings menu, heading to My Fire TV, clicking on the About section, and then hovering over top of your device's name. So you can see mine says Fire TV Cube, yours might say Fire TV Stick, Fire TV Box, whatever it says. You're going to click on it 5 to 7 times until it says you're a developer. I'm already a developer, so I don't have to worry about it. Now, when you click back one menu, you're now going to see developers options right below. And this will give you access to a very important setting called ADB debugging, which you do need for some third-party applications. You need it activated. If you don't need it, I almost always suggest having it off. And the other option is install unknown apps, where you can turn on unknown apps. That way you can install them through an application, if that makes sense. It's basically one of the necessary steps to install third-party apps on your Fire TV device. So very simple secret menu. Most of you know it by this point, but going forward, the menus are going to get progressively different where maybe you've never actually seen it before. So let's get to menu number two. Menu number two is one that is out in the open, and it requires your Fire TV Stick remote right here and this blue Alexa button, which most of you should have. Now, to access this secret menu, all you're going to do is tap that button twice, just like this, and it's going to pull up this small side scrolling menu. And this is a really important menu if you want quick answers to questions or you want to access smart dashboards really quick. So you can see it has suggested stuff such as play sports highlights. So if we click on this, you're now going to get access to this Fire TV menu, which for me is not showing sports highlights. Interesting. Okay, so fix that, Amazon. But when we click on it again, there's stuff such as a how to use Alexa guide. There's show me the latest entertainment. Let's see if this one works. Come on, show us some entertainment. It's all Taylor Swift. I mean, fair. I like Taylor Swift, but what is this? So interesting. I know they have this new holiday menu here, but that is not working like how we want it to. Let's see, what else do we have here? It has access to your smart dashboard. Now, this is a very useful settings if you have a lot of stuff set up through your Amazon Alexa. So if you do, you can quickly access your cameras, your driveway, all that stuff. So this has quick access to my Eufy account, which actually allows me to quickly access my cameras from my Amazon account, which is obviously pretty important. So let me head back to this here. Let's try this again. And here it is. This is my driveway right here. So it's cool that it has really quick access to my smart home cameras. I actually didn't even set this up through my Amazon account, so I'm not sure how it's able to do that, but works really well. This is my smart camera. I can't control it from here, but it does give you quick access, which is pretty cool. And you can also do that through just asking Alexa to access it as well. Now it's kind of stuck on that main menu at the top there. And there's other settings such as music and more, play games, show me stuff, how's the weather. So it's a really quick Alexa menu where you can get access to a bunch of different stuff at the tips of your finger without having to go through a bunch of other settings. So I like this smart home shortcut. It's actually a pretty useful one. Apparently, except for the play sports and entertainment, that did not work for me at all. So for menu number 3, you are still going to need your Fire Stick remote. And this one just involves you pressing this home button right here. So what we're going to do is hold this home button down and it's going to bring up this menu right here. Now, this is more of a shortcut menu because it gives you access to profiles. You can get to your apps really quick. You can put your device in sleep mode, and you can also utilize mirroring, which makes your Amazon Fire TV Cube discoverable to nearby devices as well. and then a quick shortcut to settings. So although this is not the craziest secret menu, it does give you quick access. So if you want to head to settings without having to go through a bunch of areas, now all of a sudden you're in settings. So accessing this home button is pretty useful. We can switch profiles right here just by clicking on it. So if you want to toggle between your profiles, I think this is a nice little shortcut that is going to save you time overall. So one I would highly suggest having in your back pocket anytime you want to utilize it. Okay, let's get to number 4, which gets a little bit more interesting. Now, number 4 is a new one that I recently discovered by watching a few different videos on this topic, and it involves you pressing this left directional key right here and this rewind key right here on this second row. And what you're going and then you also need this menu key right here, which is that 3-line button. So you're going to press the left directional key and that rewind key at the exact same time. You're going to hold those down. And then once you hold those down, after a few seconds, you're going to press that menu key. So watch this. I'm going to hold down just those two right here. We're going to see it moving crazy like that. And then you want to press that menu button right there. And that's going to pop up this screen right here. Now, this is essentially an internet screen that's going to tell you all types of information about your internet connection. It takes a few seconds to load. So you can see it shows my connection name. It shows the signal strength, the type of connection. It's a Wi-Fi connection. It tells you whether it's 2.4 gigahertz or 5 gigahertz. And then you can also reconnect it. So if you want your internet to be reconnected, we can press that right here. That's going to go through a process of resetting your Wi-Fi connection. So kind of disconnecting it and then reconnecting it really quick. That only takes a few seconds. And we can also reboot our device from this screen as well. So if we click reboot right here, this is going to power off our Fire TV cube and then power it back on. This is a pretty quick process. It doesn't take that long at all. So just give it a few seconds. And that's really all that menu does. So it's not the most useful one, I would say. I can't imagine in what situation the majority of us would ever access it, but it's there. And if you need to reboot your internet connection and you can remember that simple directional key button combo, hey, not too bad. Now, the last one might be the most useful overall, and it also involves a button combination. You're going to need 3 buttons again. This center button right here, this down arrow key, and then again, the menu button right here. So what we're going to do is hold down the center and down button at the same time. And then after a few seconds, you're then going to press that menu button right there. Give it a sec. And this is going to pull up Developers Tools menu, also sometimes known as System X-Ray. Now watch what happens when we turn on System X-Ray. It's going to pop up this top menu that gives us all sorts of information, such as our memory available. It's going to talk about our internet speed a little bit. It's a great information guide if you can understand what it's telling you, and maybe you're having a problem with your device. So it might give you just enough information to let you know what you need to know, if that makes sense. You can also do things such as turn on advanced options, which in my mind, you really aren't ever going to need. So if we move our face here, it's again going to show us some information that I don't think the majority of us need to know. And then there's the launch configuration panel, where you can actually turn off the information inside of System X-Ray. So if we turn on System X-Ray, we can actually turn off some of the display information. So if you only want a few things displayed on it, you can actually simply toggle, and that's going to remove certain information from the menu. And we can also change the orientation. So do you want it on the left side, the right side, the bottom? So it's a great way to adjust that if you ever do need to turn it on. So pretty useful little menu. There's also a record and share option, which enables the developers to record metrics through a command line. Again, nothing that most of us need. And then there's the developers options. This again is just going to turn on that setting that we've already turned on. So most of us aren't going to need to touch it. And the last thing really is Launch Network Advisor, which you can actually access through other menus. And this just allows you to run a speed test directly on your device. So it's going to give you all sorts of information on your Wi-Fi internet speed. And then you can also go to advanced options, where it's going to give you even more network information. So some pretty important info right there. So really nothing too crazy, but probably the one that you're going to get the most information on if you ever need to access it. But that's pretty much everything for today's video, guys. Thanks for all of you for supporting the channel today. If you want to support me even more, we're having a really great deal right now on IPVanish, which you can actually get right down below in the link in the description. It's literally the best way to support me since Google in general is paying less for ads this year. That means I make less money. So a simple way is to click on this IPVanish link down below, and it's going to bring you to my exclusive deal for IPVanish, where you can actually get it for just $2.19 a month, which is cheaper than any cup of coffee I think you can get now, unless you go to like Tim Hortons in Canada or another cheap, whatever the cheap chain is in the US. I don't know, Dunkin' Donuts or something. And you get up to a 30-day money-back guarantee and tons of bonuses like eSIM data. So really good options. Thank you for watching today's video, guys. Like always, hit that subscribe button before you leave. See you later. Bye, guys.